Welcome back to Conversations with Sharon and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm not Sharon. I'm Mornay.
So, as you all see, we have a guest on our show today. Sharon is recovering from surgery, and we want to thank each and every one of you all who reached out and to give her well wishes. She is doing well. And yeah, so hopefully she'll be back next week. If not, you all may see Miss Marnay here. So this is Marnay Keaton. She's one of Sharon and my good friends, and we are so happy to have her sitting in here today.
Happy
And
to
we
be
thank
here.
you, thank you for joining us today. So on with the show. So before we get into what today's topic is, oh wait a minute, Marnay, you want to say a little something about you or who you are? She's not only our good friend, she is Miss Marnay Keaton.
My name is Mornay, obviously. I've been in a relationship with a woman now for, I think we going on 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
And we are not married. We've been together for 12 or 13 years. We have two wonderful children, a 21-year-old and a 19-year-old. And
Ooh, hands
yeah,
full. No,
and that's
kidding.
a whole nother episode of a story to talk about.
We might have you back for that, you know?
Right,
So.
absolutely. But that's me, and Cherie is my partner and the love of my life, and
And we
that's it.
love them both.
Yeah.
They were Sharon's friends, and when I married Sharon, I gained two sisters. So,
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, we've been loving Cherie and Marnay for a long time. So again, we're glad to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Okay, so now we can begin the show. So before I get into today's topic, I want to give a shout out.
Shout out.
Yes, it's shout out time. So first shout out goes to D Broad, who is from New Jersey. And I just want to thank you for your comments and for subscribing and hanging in there with our show every week. Thank you. We have Thandor or Thandu from South Africa.
All right, South Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
sis, for the compliment. And thank you for being a subscriber. And we do read all of the comments, although we've kind of lacking in answering them all. But we're going to get to you all. And because Sharon is recovering, I have given her that task. So we will be answering them soon. And last but not least is Lola from Canada. Thank you, sis.
All right, Canada.
And of course, we're always going to be checking in. And I read your last comment, and I thank you for sharing that with us. So, again, we thank all of our subscribers. We look forward to reading you all's comments, and we look forward for your suggestions. And so, please keep sharing and liking our video. You all are helping us grow, and we thank you.
Awesome.
All right, so now it is topic time. So today's topic is misconceptions of lesbians.
What?
So there are so many out there, and of course we can't cover all of them today. So we're going to talk about a few of them, and also, as you all know, we are not professionals in any way. Most of what we talk about comes from our experiences, and so Marnay will share hers too today. So you'll hear a little different view, so which is good. So misconceptions of lesbians. You want to start off, or you want me to start off?
Well, I would say from personal experience, a misconception that happens often is with Cherie and I as a couple, because she wears makeup. The most you're gonna see me with is possibly some lip gloss, but because she wears makeup, it's assumed that she's the feminine one, and that then I'm the one that's in charge because she's the feminine one, and
that's so true.
And it's crazy. As a matter of fact, one time right here at Sharon and Rosa's, there was a party going on, and someone came up to me and asked me if they could ask Cherie to dance. And I was like, did you go and ask Cherie if she wanted to dance?
Right.
You don't have
We
to ask
equal
me.
to here. Right.
You don't have to ask me. And then they were like, well, I figured you were the man in the relationship, so that's why I'm coming to ask you. And I was like, oh, Jesus. What?
Right.
Wait, no.
So that opened up a whole new can of worms for you, right?
I was like, I was like, no, really. I'm a woman, I promise. And from that point forward, I always joke with Cherie, but if we're coming to any lesbian function at your house or anywhere, I always ask her what she's going to wear. Because now I have to dress equally with her.
Right. Oh, you feel like you do because of the misconception.
Because I don't want people to think that I'm the man in the relationship.
Absolutely.
I'm a woman, just like she's a woman, and just because I don't wear lipstick, it shouldn't be perceived that I'm the man in the relationship. So.
And that is one of the big misconceptions where people just think because two women are together, one automatically has to be the man and the other plays the woman. And it's like, no, we are equal. Like even equal. Sharon and I, you know, I do wear makeup, but Sharon wears makeup too, you know? So it's like, you know, and matter of fact, one of my older relationships, and she and I had gone somewhere together, and she looks more feminine than I do. Okay. And one of the statements that we heard later is like, why two femmes together? It's like, why can't two femmes be together?
Right, exactly.
We are both feminine, and that's just who we want to be. So yeah, I mean, whoever is together, two femmes, two butch, femme butch, whatever y'all want to do.
Exactly.
You play whatever role it is that you feel comfortable, or you are whatever role that feels comfortable, not necessarily play.
But there are no defined roles. Don't assume that there are defined roles. We're both, you know, in our relationship, both women. That's it. So.
Well, we have another misconception. One of those are, you know, they think that lesbians hate men, and we don't. We absolutely love our brothers. We don't. I know I do. But I think that misconception comes because, you know, when it's a function, we want to be with like-minded people. And it's like men aren't really women.
Right.
So we're around a lot more women, and it just looks like we exclude men. But no, that's definitely a big misconception.
And you know what I think another issue is, too, is that people think that because we date women, that there was something happened, and then we had a hate for men. And it's not like that. You know. It's not like that. I used to date men as well, and I don't hate them.
Me too. Was married to one.
I wasn't married to one, but I did date them. But there's no hate there. It has nothing really to do with men at all.
Absolutely.
But people make that misconception.
Right. I mean, we got fathers and uncles and brothers, and we love them all. So I don't even know where that comes from, but it is a big misconception.
It is.
Also, another one is children of lesbians will be lesbians. And this is so broad because it goes across the board, and I think a lot of you know, gays and not just lesbians experience this because even in the family. I remember Sharon telling me one time her sister, you know, when she had her kids, she didn't want, you know, Sharon around them because she thought that Sharon would influence them to be gay. And it's like,
and that's crazy.
Really? All she wanted to do was be an aunt to her nieces. And so, you know, that's a big misconception about, you know, if they're with lesbians, that they will be lesbians.
That's crazy.
I have children. I mean, if they come out, they come out at some point, but they're not out right now, and I'm just assuming they are, you know, going to be who they're going to be.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, I don't even,
well, I know you
it
all
bothers
have
me that
and I know you all have two children as well who are a little bit older than mine, and her children are engaged. Matter of fact, her daughter is in a great relationship, been in a great relationship with a guy. So, and like we were saying, I mean, if something happens in the future and they decide to be something other than what they are, you know, we welcome that too.
Right, absolutely. But that has nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, besides my daughter, my son, he loves women. So,
I'm sure he do, because
no
he be hugging tight.
Right, there's no mistake on what he likes right now. So, we definitely have a heterosexual male as a son. So it's all good, and that's definitely a misconception as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So other ones are promiscuity. And I think that's kind of like a big one because not all, like, I know when I was growing up, I knew I liked women from an early age, and most, people who are going to be gay or who are gay know that. They know what they feel very early on. And it wasn't that I was sleeping around because I just want to find out who I am. Matter of fact, I didn't have my first sexual experience until I was 18, and that was with a guy.
Right.
And so, and actually, I only did that because I was 18 and I felt like it was time.
Right.
I didn't even date the guy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I knew he liked me. Matter of fact, he was married, but we ain't gonna say that. But and I just kind of did it because I knew it wouldn't be any attachment. Like I just want to experience this, and I chose you to do that. Right. So it wasn't like I wanted to be this person or whatever, and so that's my experience with that one.
And I mean, and I think that also leads right into the fact that they think that you also possibly had some sexual trauma. True. When you were younger. And
absolutely,
whether you had sexual trauma when you were younger or not, that doesn't define whether you're going to be straight or gay as well.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely another misconception that I know plenty of women who have had sexual trauma in their life, but they are still with men. And just like Rosa said, my first sexual experience was with a man also. I was almost 19 years old. And so, no promiscuity there.
No. I was not going to be that. She a hoe in high school. That was
definitely not that. And for me personally, it was, okay, enough of this. I need to find out what it's all about. So let me just get out here and do it.
Exactly.
And see, because I'm like, I'm almost 19. This is ridiculous.
Exactly. You feel like all your friends have been there and you haven't. It's like, wait a minute,
I was slow.
Up.
Right.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Then you find out you behind the time.
Right.
Because honestly, I didn't even think about it, all that much. Of course, you're growing up, you think about your first boyfriend, who you gonna kiss, whatever it is. But I didn't really think about it. I was on the volleyball team. I was oldest on the volleyball team because I got held back in 5th grade. So I was kind of always the oldest in my class after that. And they were talking about all these experiences. We were on the bus coming back from a game.
Right.
And they were talking about all these experiences that they had. And I'm looking like,
what?
I never tried that. Nobody's ever done that. I didn't. So I really just felt like, okay, let me do what I need to do.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, like, the most I did was catch a boy, kiss a boy, whatever the stupid
hide and
game
go get.
was.
Hide and go get.
Hide and go get. Right. But I didn't do, it was like, okay, come on, I need to do this so I can see what it's about. So
absolutely.
Yeah,
so I know there's probably some of you all out there that can relate. So we would definitely love to hear some of your stories and some of the misconceptions that you've run into and you've noticed that are kind of big in the gay world, in lesbian life, and as Sharon would say, in lesbian land.
Right.
So we definitely would love to hear that. But let's get back to some of the other myths that we have. I've heard that a lot of people think lesbians are predators. Like we seek out young.
Deep.
No.
Wow.
Absolutely not. And as a matter of fact, I don't even know any.
I don't know any.
And I've had I think it was our show before last, not the last one, but the one before last, when Sharon and I were talking about sexual abuse, and we shared our story on how we both were sexually molested when we were younger. And those predators have been straight men. Has nothing to do with gays. The people that are in my life, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because it's going to happen if the person is going to be a predator, regardless whether they're gay or if they're not. That's just, it's not any bigger in our world than it is in theirs, and there is no research out there that's gonna say that. And if y'all find some, send it to me. Let I know it's not there, because I looked it up. That I did. So I'm just saying.
Yes. And I just don't even know where that comes from. That's
I just think it's the perception that people think that because they don't like our lifestyle, they have to give us something bad to it. And and that's almost kind of like the whole racial thing. You don't like necessarily black people, so you got to put bad stuff on us so we don't look great or do this, that, and the other. So you don't want the lesbian world to look like they are a great community, having fun, living their life, and doing all of the things that they normally do.
Absolutely.
So I think it's just people just putting their own little spin on stuff, because that's just terrible.
Agreed.
Nobody's gonna be predators.
Yeah, no predators. But that also kind of leads to why, I have some straight friends that took offense that I wasn't attracted to him just because I was gay.
Oh, that's a big one.
Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that I'm attracted to you. I'm not attracted to we're not attracted to every woman that we see.
We got standards too.
Have standards.
Just like straight people
we have standards.
I don't want to date him. He ain't cute. We do the same thing. I don't want
Absolutely.
Not that Marnay is saying you wasn't cute.
Right. You may have been. Just not cute for me.
Right. Not her type. Because
not my type.
We have types. Yeah, that is such a big one.
Yeah, not my type.
Exactly. And then you have, I remember when I came out, a lot of my straight friends were like, wait a minute. Because didn't we change in the same room together going to the club? Be like,
oh
boo.
my goodness, yes.
And I'm saying, I've seen a woman's body before.
Right. I see mine.
You weren't the one I wanted to be with. Right.
I wasn't focused on you.
Like, just because we did that, we still have morals, values, and things. So, that is.
And then some of them have the nerve to get upset when you tell them I ain't attracted to you. They like, what do you mean? Well, what's wrong with me? Well, I don't like you like that.
Exactly. And sometimes it's not even that. It's like, even if I found you attractive, even if I thought that, we could have some sort of relationship, I would rather not lose the friendship. Because that's a whole line crossed. So I'm just going to be like, let's just stick with being hanging friends. Yeah, you still can come over to the parties. We still can talk. You tell me your boyfriend issues, and I'm telling you my wife issues.
Absolutely, yes.
So I guess one of the big things is that, with the misconceptions, and like I said, there's so many out there. So many out there. I guess the big thing too is we as lesbian, living in lesbian land, live our lives as an average person does, whether that's straight, heterosexual,
like
whether I mean it's not a straight gay thing.
Exactly.
It's a human being thing. Yeah. So we are human beings. We are who we are, and it's so broad. We're giving you like all of this list of some of the things that we found to be misconceptions, and like I said, there's so many more, but it's like we just live our lives normal. So things happen in the gay world that happens in the straight world, and vice versa.
Yes.
And we're just human.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other thing too is, unfortunately, television and social media, those things don't help in what people perceive to be what's happening.
That's true.
Because I do think about family members who, once I came out to my family, they assumed that me and my girlfriend were, we living like Sodom and Gomorrah up in the house. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, we got two. Yeah, I'm like, we got 2 kids. It's not Sodom and Gomorrah in here. We got 2 kids
all over the place.
My mother was living. I was like, what do you think is happening in my house? Like, what do you think? It's just an all day orgies or something going on, and it's not that way.
And that's what people think. That is like one of the biggest misconceptions that I did hear. Yes. And then when you have, because I have friends from college, some from high school that I'm very still close to, and they're okay with asking me stuff, and I'm okay with that, because that's how you learn, and that's how you get to where you want to go to with your answers. But that's one of the biggest misconception. They be like, girl, what y'all be doing? Just everybody in there sexing in one room? I'm like, huh? No, that's right. We're in a relationship, so the relationship is 2 people. Yeah. Like when you're in a relationship with your man, y'all be in there with 5 other people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had a family member come to the house, and I think she's expecting that, she was just gonna see. I don't know what she thought she was gonna see, really, because it's like before I came out, you saw how I lived before.
Yeah.
So why would things change because I then came out and now I live with my girlfriend and our 2 children? So anyway, I don't know what she was expecting, but whatever she was expecting, she was thoroughly surprised because she absolutely loved it, had a good time, was taking pictures, telling the family, "Oh, it's good, everything's good," So
and it takes that one family member to go
need the
back and
one.
be like, "Girl, y'all know,
Yep.
she
Just
doing
need
well."
the one family.
Right.
One
And
member.
everybody want to accept it. The people who even didn't want to accept it, then
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
So some of the other, some of our other myths that are out there about lesbians is that some men assume that we want to discuss their sexual relationships with women.
Yeah, no, not so much. I'm not one of the guys. I don't want to hear about your sexual escapades with other women.
Saying, and it's probably, well, this one is, it is a misconception, but at the same time, I can see there's probably some people that might get into that role, because if you have that lesbian who consider herself one of the guys, then you might want to have that conversation with her.
Well, yes, but I guess where the misconception is not all of us consider ourselves to be one of the guys. So,
and the person in the relationship that you think is the guy don't want to sit and talk to you about your guy stuff.
I don't want to talk to you about your guy stuff. I don't want the locker room talk. Plus, most of the misconception is misconception on their part because they think they know women and they don't. But that's a whole nother subject.
Girl.
Yeah.
Like, y'all too off the chain with that. And then it's true when they say, what is it? Women are from Venus, men are from Mars, or it might be the other way around. I don't know. But that is so true, because that's like, that's human being-ish. That don't have anything to do with gay versus straight. Men don't know women.
They don't.
So, but women know women, and we know who we are. So I'm not saying every woman is the same, but I know I can relate to some of the things that my wife goes through, and she can relate to some of the things I go through, and we just talked about the whole menopause, where she can relate where I am in that.
Right.
Because we're both women and we're both going to experience that. And that's, like I said, straight, gay, whatever, that's just human being-ish. When you go to the doctor and you experiencing women's stuff, you normally want to talk to a woman doctor.
Yeah, want to talk to a woman.
Right. So just don't assume.
So don't make that assumption. All lesbians don't like the locker room talk. We're good. I don't need to hear about who you did. Yeah, I don't need to hear about who did who, what, how. Exactly. I don't need to know all that, because I'm not going to tell you about what happens in my bedroom. So
absolutely,
please don't feel free to share with me what happens in yours.
Exactly.
I don't want to know.
I don't think I've ever had a man assume that I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Like I've never been in a room where they've had that conversation. So I guess, and even if I was in a room, I'm getting up and going, because I don't want to partake. And y'all already know me. I'm only gonna be where I want to be when I want to be. So if I excuse myself, that means I just don't want to be there.
I get that. You know what? Sometimes I think it's a military thing too. Maybe because military, we all
Yeah, Marne's been in the military for.
Yeah, I was in for 28 years.
28 years in the Navy.
Yes.
So she and Sharon have that in common. They both were military, and her spouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was in for 24.
Yeah. So they're both military. So I can imagine how that household be. I'm just kidding with you.
No.
Everything you put in place. What?
That's right.
Because I hear from my wife, can you make the bed this way? Can I bounce a quarter off of it? No, you weren't going to bounce a quarter off of it before we were married, and you're going to bounce one off now. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, whatever it is. But, there is a lot of misconceptions out there, and we've only tackled a few, and I'm sure you all have way more. So put them in the chat. Let us know what some of the things that has happened to you all. Like I said, Sharon and I look forward to getting your comments each and every week, and we sometimes we sit here and laugh about them because some of y'all funny. I'm just saying, not funny in a funny way, funny. So, so,
Yeah.
but yeah, I hope you all enjoyed our guest today.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you all
Yeah.
so much. This was cool. I enjoyed it.
This is
Thank you.
definitely new.
Yeah.
So the fact that Sharon and I, we were trying to do like a lot of taping ahead of time,
Yeah.
thinking maybe she'd be okay by
Right.
the time, but yeah, so she has
Yeah.
to wear the little neck brace, and she's a little vain. So she doesn't want to come on camera with her neck brace because she can technically talk. She just has to wear that 24/7.
Exactly.
But yeah, she is healing.
Yes.
And
And we're
yeah.
praying for a safe, her continued recovery.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And
hopefully she'll be back next video.
I do hope that you all enjoyed today's show. We enjoyed talking to you about the misconceptions. Very, very fun.
Yes.
Sorry about my neighbors drilling, but can't do
Okay.
anything with that.
Right.
So,
Again, I enjoyed it. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Rosa
Yeah,
and
you're so
Sharon,
welcome. I had
for
a good
this
time.
opportunity, and we're wishing you the very best.
of all good things, stay safe and stay woke. And we'd love to hear from you. Thank you.